Something that I've been thinking about a lot is people and their relationships, and also people who are trying to find relationships. I've always been like one of those like good almond, bad almond kind of people. A really extreme example of this is that when I was 14, I was insanely in love with David Archuleta. And the first time I ever met him, he remembered who I was based off of a fan letter I'd written him. And so I took that as a sign that I was supposed to marry him. Obviously, I was taking a really awesome thing that happened and twisting it to form my own sign of sorts. That being said, I do think that there are signs in our everyday life that show that we are on the right track and show that we're doing the right thing. You can believe what you will, but I believe in God, and I believe that He shows me things that I am supposed to do through various mediums. In my own relationship with Andrew, there were a lot of clear signs that he was someone that I was capable of being married to and happily married to. For example, I was 16 when we met, and he is 6 years older than me, so you do the math, and I was 18 when we got married. My parents and also his parents would have had more than enough room to completely object to our entire relationship, to ban me from seeing him, to ban me from dating him, to tell me that they wouldn't support me in marrying him. Neither of our parents did that. So that's one example of a sign that Andrew and I took to mean that we should get married. On the flip side, every good thing has a bad thing opposing it. I think that's a pretty widely accepted concept. Everything good has something bad. In my experience, the better it is, the worse the counterpart is. So because there's really, really good things and you're getting signs that this is a really good relationship, there's going to be really bad stuff that happens. It is law. I think of the Israelites in the Old Testament. They were like, oh, this is a sign that we are the chosen people because we were able to escape our enslavement and now we are getting to go to the promised land. Well, guess what happens? They have opposition. If you recall, the Israelites ended up wandering in the wilderness for 40 years. They immediately thought, oh, we misread all those signs. This is a sign that we're not God's chosen people, that we're like doomed to terrible things, we're terrible people, there is no God. I mean, they immediately started thinking literally the opposite of what they had just thought about how there's a God and that He's freed them and He's given them this sign. I really believe that this is why marriages fail. When things get bad, people stop believing in what they initially had. Something goes wrong and they're like, wait a minute, I had this sign that this was a good thing, and now I'm getting this sign that this is a bad thing. That is not the case. Nothing that happens in this world that is awesome would happen without opposition. If Martin Luther King, when he was trying to get equality for black people, if he was like, oh, Rosa Parks is in jail, this is a sign that black people are supposed to be treated poorly, where would we be? Why do people think that when bad things happen, it means they're on the wrong path? It typically means that you're headed somewhere awesome and you have to keep going. You're not going to get good things if you're not willing to deal with bad things. You're not going to have a good relationship if you're not willing to deal with bad relationships. And you're not going to cultivate that good relationship unless you work through all the bad things that happen in that relationship. People give up too easily. They second guess themselves too easily, and when things get tough, they're not willing to believe in themselves. People don't believe that they are capable of making good decisions. So next time something bad happens, just remember the conviction that you had when you started that project or that relationship or that goal, and stick with it. 9 times out of 10, it's the right thing to do.